Hello students, this video on ninth chapter, that is soil, of class 7th from Science NCERT book is brought to you by Ms. Bhanupriya. Before starting today's video on this new chapter soil, I would like to tell you all that what all topics are to be discussed in this lesson. So the topics to be covered in this lesson are as follows. So the topics will be, first I'll give you the introduction about the topic soil, then I'll tell you about the importance of soil. Then we will move on to the soil profile, where we will see that soil is composed of layers, and what layers are known by which name, and what all components are present in each and every soil, in each and every layer of the soil profile. Then we'll go on to the next topic, that will be soil types, or the types of soil which is present all over the world, and what kind of what kind of soil is found in which area, and what is its use for, and what is its importance. Next we go on to the properties of soil, in which we will study about the absorption of soil, what is percolation rate, and some more things. Then we'll go on to the next topic, will be the water absorption by the soil, and then second last topic will be the soil erosion, and lastly we are going to see that is there any kind of pollutant found in the soil, in the topic of soil pollution, where we are going to see what all things are being added up in the soil, because of which it becomes it is getting polluted, means it is not fit for the use. So with these many topics, we'll start with our lesson. So first, the conceptual map of this chapter, it goes like this. The introduction part. Okay, now if this screen is not very clear, so you could tilt your screen and you could see that what is written there in this mind map. So the mind map will be for the soil, where it has been discussed. It is just an introduction. So it will be the top soil, top layers of the earth, that is known as soil. It will be consisting of the introduction, definitions, and its importance. Then what is the components of soil, means soil is composed of many things. Now what all things are present in these soil, we'll go for that. Next we are going to see that what kind of salts are being added, and what is left when one soil is present or not on the earth's surface, then what will be happening. After that we go on to the next topic, that will be soil profile, and then we will see the soil erosion in the topic of pollution of soil, and then we will see the properties which is related with the soil, that is percolation, absorption. Okay, so many topics will be there in this. So some activities are also related with these each of the topic. So I'll discuss each and every activity when we go on to the particular topic. So we start with a lesson, that is the introduction of the chapter soil. Now I think this soil word does not need any kind of introduction. If we talk about soil, we just think about, if the word soil comes in our mind, what comes first in your mind? The very first thing, we are going to attach this word, or we are going to join this word soil with another word, that is plant. So wherever the plants are present, the soil will be present. So it is one of the most common and important natural resources which is found on the earth's surface. Okay, so the natural resources are of many types, and what is the meaning of this word natural resource? So a resource is it is a reservoir kind of thing, means abundance is present, it is present in the bulk form, it is present in much quantity, from where we are taking out some of the quantity for our use. Okay, for example, if you are having water in your water tank which is kept at the terrace, and that becomes a resource. For what? That resource is water, and if you require some water, whenever you require some water, you just take out with the help of the tap which is present in the various rooms where it is required. Okay, so resource is a place from where we are extracting some of the part for our use. So in the same concept, resource here, when it is obtained from nature. then it is termed as natural resource. And then there are so many natural resources if we talk about, so water, green plants, mountains, animals, minerals, and these are the main types of natural resource. Among them, soil is one of the most important natural resource. Why? Because if we are talking about soil, we cannot leave these trees, because these trees are growing because of the help of soil. And we see that each and every plant which is growing on the earth is growing in the soil. So when we talk about soil, it is directly related with the plants, and plants means we are getting oxygen from the plants, and if the soil is not present, then trees will not grow, then plants will not grow, and we are also not going to grow. So each and every component on this earth is interrelated with each other. It is connected with each other. So for the same connection, we have to study these natural resources in detail. So in this chapter, we are just introducing the natural resource that is soil. Okay, and I hope that now this natural resource is having so importance. I think some of the concept might be clear. So it is one of the most important natural resource which supports the growth of the plant by holding the roots firmly and supplying water and nutrients. Okay, in the home it is a home of many organisms. It is essential for agriculture. Even it is essential because it is providing food, clothing, and shelter for all of them. Soil is directly or indirectly related to our life as well as all the lives which are present on this earth. Means soil is related with the life of each and every organism present on the earth. So the natural resources are the substances which comes from natural environment and can exist without the action of mankind. Okay, so it means if we are not if these resources are present on the earth's surface, it is the substance, it is the material which comes from natural environment, because it comes from our mother nature, and it can exist, means it can live without the interference of any human being. Whether you are making soil, no, we are not making soil, it is already present on the earth, it is made by the natural process. Are you making animals? No, we are not making animals, because these animals are present on the earth's surface on its own. It is being created by the nature. So this is the importance of natural resource, and because of which these natural resources do not need any kind of human interference. So if we are not interfering any of these resources, then how are these natural resources formed? So these are formed by the natural process which is going on in the nature. So one such natural resource we'll talk about will be soil in this unit. Okay, so this soil is another along with the several natural resources such as rivers, mountains, plants, animals, minerals. Soil is one of the most important natural resource, and you could see the picture. And if I tell you that this soil is present all over the earth's surface, I think I'm not wrong. Okay, so except that water surface, the land, wherever the land is present, it is the soil, it is because of soil. We can recognize the things on the globe with the help of these colors. The colors where it is green or yellow in the globe, then we will see that it is just because of the soil which is present, and blue means it is water. So we can recognize the presence of the land and the sea with the help of the presence of the natural resource known as soil. Now we go on to the next slide, that is giving you one question to think over, that do we really need soil? Is it so that it is really very important to have soil on the earth's surface? Is it so having any kind of importance in our life? So this picture says that let's dig up the facts. Means we are talking about soil, so means we have to take out the facts from the reading. It is not only we are going to just take a spade and go out in the sun and just start digging the facts. No, it's not that. It means that you need to find out what all things are present in the what is the importance of the soil which is present in our life. Okay, why this is very important for the life of plants and animals. So we need to find out the things. Okay, now I'm going to explain all these things one by one. Now we go on to the next slide that shows you the importance of soil. Now some of the importance of soil I have discussed in the very beginning of this chapter, that it is really very important natural resource because it is going to give you life, and for life we require soil. Okay, so let us see some more importance of soil. The first importance of soil is that soil allows the growth of plants and trees. Okay, so one of the most important point, that soil is providing the growth of the plants. Now for the growth of the plants, it is giving the water and nutrients which is required for the growth. Okay, and we know that the plants are going to grow because they are getting water, they need to absorb water, they need to do photosynthesis. Okay, and this photosynthesis has been talked in the very first chapter of this class 7th. Okay, so I've discussed about in detail in photosynthesis in my past videos. If the concept is still not clear, you may go to those videos and you can watch them again, and so that it is going to make your concept clear. So here photosynthesis requires some raw materials. Some of the raw materials are carbon dioxide, water. Now if we talk about carbon dioxide, it is being obtained from the atmosphere. Okay, so atmospheric carbon dioxide is going through stomata, and it is going to give rise to it is going to help in photosynthesis. Okay, next raw material was the water. So water is important because it is going to give the nutrients to the plants. Now from where does this water come? This water is going to come from the soil only. Yes, this is the fact that the roots absorb water. Okay, so the root is absorbing water, because if roots are not present in these trees, then the plant cannot, or the trees cannot absorb water, and if water is not going, it is not going to supply the minerals which are important. Okay, which is not going to give minerals to the plants, because these minerals are going to provide nutrients. As if we are eating food, these plants also require certain raw materials. As we require rice and means wheat, rice, any grains we are requiring many grains, and like vegetables, fruits is necessary in the food component, as a food component. So these plants also require the nutrient component, and these nutrient component is going to come from the natural from this soil only. Okay, with the help of this water, because these nutrients are being dissolved in the water, and once they are dissolved in the water, they are going to be absorbed by the roots. Okay, so these are being absorbed by the roots. So these minerals are, because of they are present in the soil, and these dissolve in water, and with the help of this water, with the help of the roots, the plants absorb water and it goes inside the plants, and which gives growth to the plants. Okay, now the second importance of the soil is that it is a main part of agriculture. Why this is the main part of agriculture? So the answer is that, for this question, that soil is really a very important part of agriculture. Why? Because each and every plant or crop, it requires soil to grow. Okay, so each and every plant requires soil to grow, and we have never seen, I think, if we are not talking about the artificial culture, then we have never seen any plant growing it is not growing in the soil. Okay, so it requires some of the plants, most of the plants, they require soil to grow. Okay, mainly which are being utilized for agriculture, they mainly grow in the soil only. Fine, but there are certain plants, of course, the aquatic plants, they are growing in the water only, so they absorb nutrients and the minerals from the water. But most of the plants which is present on the land, they grow on soil surface. They grow because of soil. And if we are talking about agriculture, so the plants are mainly growing because of the soil, in the soil only. Now there are different types of soil which supports different kinds of crops. Is it so? Now again, the next question will be, the different types of soil are present. Yes, there are different types of soil. We'll just read out these types of soil in the next for the next slides. Okay, so there are different types of soil which is found in all over the world, and different kinds of crops are growing. Why now these soil are of different types? These soil are of different types because of various properties. because of certain properties of the soil. So the color changes, the mineral, the nutrients which are present. Okay, the minerals which are present in these soil are different. So because of the different minerals, the soil type becomes different, and each and every soil is necessary for the growth of various types of plants. For example, rice requires clay soil, cotton requires black soil. Now I'll just talk about these types of soil in the next slides. Okay, so different types of soil, they are going to support different kinds of crops. It is very true, and without agriculture we cannot have food, shelter and clothing, which is not possible at all. Now if we talk about food, yes, of course we get each and every food product which we are getting in our homes. It is because of the plants. Okay, if plants are not there, if plants are not growing these products, the food grains will not be available, the food will the agriculture is not possible, food grains will not be developed, and this agriculture is completely dependent on which resource? It is, yes, it is dependent upon the soil as a natural resource for growing these food. Now if we talk about shelter, how do these soil are going to give you the shelter? So they are going to provide you, means not only us, they are going to provide shelter to the animals, because in forests these trees are growing, and the trees are the main shelter for the animals and the plants, animals and small insects. So these animals are going to be getting shelter because of these trees which are growing in the forest area. Now if next we talk about clothing, which is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because of soil. And again I'll connect the same thing, because we get the plants, we get the clothes, we get cotton fiber from the plants, from other natural resource. Okay, we have seen in fiber and fabric that we are getting the clothes or the fibers from the plants also. So jute, flax and cotton, these are the main clothing material which we obtain from plants. Fine, this clothing is not possible if we are not having these soil, and if soil is not present, no trees and no plants are going to grow. So if we require agriculture, we require to conserve these soil. Now is this important or not? Yes, I think now it is very clear that whether the soil is important part of life or not. Okay, so these were the main important thing, that why soil is necessary, because if they are growing trees and they are going to give us oxygen, they are giving us food, shelter and clothing. Next, why it is important? It is not only us, those who are living on the land. There are many animals, there are many other microorganisms, there are many other animals also, macroorganisms, which are living in this soil because of soil. So many of the microorganisms, they live in soil. Microorganism means what? Microorganism, again it is a long word. It is composed of two words, that is micro and organisms. Okay, micro means tiny and organisms means living beings. Okay, so these living creatures which we cannot see from our eyes, they also live in the soil. There are many bacteria, there are many fungi, there are many algae which are going to live inside these soils, which even we cannot see from our eyes. So if many animals are living, so microorganisms also require soil to live. Macroorganisms like us, means big animals, also require soil to live, because they get food and shelter from these trees and the plants which are growing in the forest. Next we talk about, it is importance for the underground water. Why? Now how is this connected? That soil is very important for the underground water also. So how is this underground water connected with the soil? Importance of soil. Underground water means the water which is present in the earth's crust. Means we take out these water for various purposes through the various types of pumps. Now at many places borings are being done to take out these groundwater. Okay, so these underground water is used for various processes, is also just because of this natural resource called soil. Now how is this is being done? This is being done because once the rainfall is happening, rainfall is going to fall on the surface of the earth. So when it falls on the surface of the earth, some of the water is being absorbed by the soil. Okay, then this water is directed towards the ground level. So once it is going inside the ground, it is going to be absorbed by the soil, and it reaches to the underground and mixes with underground water. So now I think you all have understood that soil is really very important, because if soil is not present, all the water would have run off and it would have gone in waste. So for conserving the groundwater, we need to conserve the soil as well, because plants are present. These plants hold the roots of these plant hold the soil tightly, and it is helpful in the absorption of water. Now once this water is being absorbed, it is directed towards the soil, it is directed towards the layers of the soil, and from the layers of the soil it reaches to the groundwater and it recharges groundwater. So this underground water is being recharged because of the soil, and it is because of trees. Now trees also bring rainfall, so it is directly and indirectly related with this underground water. Okay, so this is how these plants are getting they are going to be utilized in the form of underground water. Fine. Now next is very much important for the soil, which is required for agriculture, as in turn it provides food, shelter and clothing for the living organisms. This we have discussed just now, and you could see that plants are growing here, and here also the importance are being shown with the help of the diagrams even. So these diagrams are going to tell you that the soil holds the roots of the plant, or this soil is being holding the roots of the plant, or even these roots also hold the soil. Next, many small organisms also live, like ants, snake, lizards, many snail and many other small insects and animals, they are organisms, they are living inside this soil. Even macroorganisms also require soil to live. Now next is the very it is an important point, but this could be that this point is that soil produces refreshing fragrance after the first rain on the earth. Yes, it is also required for the some kinds of therapy, and I think everybody likes the smell of the soil when it rains, when it starts raining and the soil gets it. Earthy smell is very refreshing fragrance. It is a very refreshing fragrance. It is a very refreshing smell when the raindrops are falling on the earth's surface in the soil. So I think that refreshing fragrance is going to refresh your all the stress which is present in your mind. So it also works as a therapeutic way. Okay, it works as a stress releaser, because that fragrance at that good smell is going to help in the release of the stress from your mind. So it works in a very good manner. So these were the importance of the soil from your book, which is given there in your NCERT book. I've taken all these points from there only, and we saw that it is really very important natural resource, and if we want to live on this land for a long time, we need to conserve these soil. Now at a glance you can see that this natural resource, which is soil, is very important for the plants, as it is a medium of growth for the plants, because the trees, the plants, these are growing in the soil only. Now next thing is that it is required for the supply of purification. It is required for the water supply and also required for purification. Now how is this purification possible? We discussed about water supply just now, that it is going to recharge the soil groundwater because of the percolation, because of the absorption of this rainwater which is falling on the earth's surface, which is falling on the soil. It is getting recharged and it is being diverted towards the layers of soil, and these layers of soil, they add up in the underground water. Next, it is helpful in the recycling system of nutrients and organic waste. Yes, soil is the major part of the soil is because of the recycling system of these nutrients and organic wastes. Now what are these organic wastes? First let us talk about the waste. So wastes means something which is useless for us. We throw it in the dustbin, or the things which are present in the dustbin is known as waste. Now these organic wastes means they are the biodegradable waste, means they are found from the natural things, means the waste which are obtained from the natural things, they are known as organic waste, such as the fruit peels, okay, Now these peels, we peel off certain fruits like oranges, we peel out bananas and just throw away the peels, and we are not eating them up. The seeds which we eat, which are found in these fruits and vegetables, it is not being eaten up, so we just throw the peels of potato, we throw the seeds of various fruits. Okay, so these seeds which are present on the fruit, which are present inside these fruits, and they are not being they are not being eaten up by the plants, by the sorry, these are not eaten up by the human beings, and even some of the animals also, they leave seeds and various other natural products are there which are being thrown off. Like if we, once the crops are being harvested, the remains of these harvests are just left out in the fields. Now these works as the organic waste, and they are being, if they are being buried inside the soil, then it becomes, and as it is a biodegradable waste, so it adds up the nutrients in the soil. So this soil helps in the decaying of these natural waste materials, these organic waste products, because many microorganisms are present in the soil, because of which these recycling could be done, and this recycling helps in the addition of the manure, addition of the nutrient to these soil. Okay, so this is how the recycling system is present, is existing because of the presence of soil. So soil is important for the decaying of these remains which are present on the earth's surface, whether it is plant or whether it is animal. If it is obtained from a natural thing, it is an organic waste, and this organic waste is being recycled because of the presence of the microorganisms and various other minerals which are present in the soil, and it helps in addition of the nutrient to the soil. Next thing, next importance of this natural resource is that it is the habitat for soil organisms. Now if we talk about habitat means it is a place of living. Which kind of living? Who are living in these soils? The small animals. Okay, the small organisms. So these small organisms are going to live in these are the this place of living for these small organisms which live in the soil. The very first microorganism which comes in your mind, either it would be the earthworm or it would be ants. So we have seen many creepy crawly creatures which are living in these small these are living in the soil, whether it is a microorganism or whether it is a macroorganism. It requires soil to live. Means we all are connected with the soil directly or indirectly. Fine. So it is required as a living place for the animals which are present in these soil. Fine. So next is the next importance of this natural resource. It is an engineering medium. Why it is an engineering medium? Means if soil is not present, lands will not be formed, and if lands are not there, it means no industries and any place for living will not be there. If place for living is not there, we are not able to survive, because we need to earn the livelihood. It is also a place for earning of many of all the human beings who are living here. Okay, so we require, it is an engineering medium because it gives us livelihood. Fine. It is engineering medium means here it is going to give rise to various factories, whereas it is also required for agricultural process which is necessary for the survival of the human beings. So these were the importance of the natural resource in very detail. I have discussed that it is important for in many purposes. Okay, and we cannot live without soil, as it provides oxygen because of the help of the trees and the plants who are living in this earth. Fine. So this was about the importance of the soil which is present because of this natural resource. Fine. Next thing is that what is the composition of soil? Now if we talk about the importance of the soil, we should also know the components of soil. Means we require to know the components. What are the things which are present in the soil? Now if we talk about the things which are present in the soil, we have to think about we will just come to know that some components which are present in the soil is that the nutrients are present. Okay, the nutrients are present, some of the minerals are present. Okay, some microorganisms are present. Okay, next there are various other products which are present in the earth's surface, and because of which this soil is composed of. It could be silt, it could be clay, it could be the minerals, it could be the elements which are present, which are found, which are being dug off from the earth's surface. Okay, so this was also talking about the engineering medium, means it helps in mining also. Yes, why mining? Because mining is a process because of which we can take out various metals which are present in the earth's surface. So we take out gold, we take out silver, we take out many other important materials from the earth's surface, and that is present because of the earth's soil, and this was being formed because of the help of the soil. If soil would not be there, we could not think of getting these materials, these minerals from the soil. Why? Because coal is obtained from the soil, which is again a engineering medium. We obtain many kinds of shiny substances. We take out gold, we take out even diamond is also taken out from the earth's. It is being dug out from the earth's surface. Okay, so means the soil is very important for the living of each and every human being which is present on this earth surface. It is important for each and every insect, it is important for each and every animal which is present on the earth's which is present on this earth surface. So this is very much important. And now what makes it important is its composition. So it is composed of many of the products like mineral. It is present which is present here. It is having various types. It supports the life system. Okay, it supports our life. So what composition is required, what composition is present in the soil, we'll discuss this in the next topic, in the next video. That's all for today's video. I think I have discussed much about the importance of the soil. Now we just think over what all in other what all other importance of soil is present, and you could make a list where that what is the importance of soil. If some more importance, if you could add in these points, you may add it. So that's all for today. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topics to be discussed.